In this video, I'm going to break down, react, and review Carrie Underwood singing Drinking Alone. So, let's sing something. La la la! I am so excited about this. Okay, so on my channel, I do a lot of different music and it's expanding. And if you're new to my channel, you know that it really is revolved around people who want to learn how to sing better. So I have to admit, I am a huge Carrie Underwood fan. I remember when she was on American Idol, and I love her placement, and I love her style, and I love her technique, and I love her songs. And I'm not a huge country music fan, but I don't know what it is. Carrie Underwood has just like this soft place in my heart. So when I saw that she was singing Drinking Alone live, and I'm talking like people live, no microphone, no craziness, no effects, no I'm live, they're really not live, like really live. I was so excited I had to do this review because we actually really get to hear her voice. Nothing to hide behind. So let's get started.
Let me make one thing clear. You can buy me a beer, but you ain't taking me home. No pickup lines. I came here tonight to shed a few tears on my own. Okay. See? Can you hear why I think she's amazing? Right at the very beginning, there's nothing covering her voice. This is who she is, and yet she's still sitting down. It is harder to sing when you're sitting down. You have to have proper technique to support everything because then you can't rely on gutturally trying to get these notes out. So as she's singing, she's just casual. She's just chill. And what this is really implying is that as we hear her sing, this is relying on skill. This isn't relying on tricks of how to make it work for that moment. She's already immediately adding nice dynamics, da 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 da. It's like kicking right into it and really pulling in the story of what she's telling. She's slightly pissed. She's slightly torn. You can feel it within the way that she's delivering these lyrics in the very beginning. Sitting there across the room, I couldn't help but notice you seem a little down on your love too. Yeah, my heart might be breaking, but this seat ain't taken, and you got me thinking. Okay, so she does a slight push and pull with her dynamics. So if you notice, as she's singing, it's not like da 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 da. She's not allowing each note to come all the way out. She hits it pretty hard and then she pulls it back and then she lays off at the end, which creates as a listener this drawing in sensation and this movement where I've heard this song before. I haven't heard her sing this version of it, but she's about to like let loose. And so by creating this dynamic and this pull as she's singing, it makes the listener want more. So then she could just be like, bah! Which she's about to do right now. We should be drinking alone together. I don't know what she did to make you hurt like this, but I know just what to do. So we should be drinking alone. She like hits it and then fades it. And it's not drinking alone. It's drinking alone. And then she goes into the next line. It's that control. And her mouth is open, the space is coming through. She is adding a little bit of that vocal fry to give it that kind of rock feel. It's not drinking alone. So drink, and also as she's approaching this note, she's not doing, we should be drinking. She's not hitting it right on top. She's sliding to it with that fry. We should be and she releases at the end of it. This is all done on purpose. This is a style of hers that probably, since she's been doing it for so long now, she doesn't even really notice. She just feels it and it comes out. But this is what she is doing.
It starts with a bottle of good reposado and ends with a shooter or two. Tomorrow when the sun comes up, tonight's the night that never was. Baby, just forget my name. Won't be your one and only, but just 'cause we're lonely don't mean that we should.
So again, she's building up, and you can tell that she wants to stand up because she's just like feeling it and moving her body. Some of those little high notes were fine. They were in pitch. I do feel it's got a little bit too guttural, but again, this is performance-wise, so that could be a big reason why. But she's about to hop into it. The only thing that she does sometimes that I'm not a huge fan of technique-wise is she tends to pull her head sideways, which a lot of singers do, instead of keeping their head up and down. Drinking, it's drink. But this also gives a stage feeling as well of tension.
We should be drinking alone, together, drown in the pain. It's better.
So even right there, drown in the pain. It's like, release, release with that control.
It's somebody else who got problems, we ain't gonna solve them, but misery loves company. Tonight all I need is a stranger, lips with a whiskey chaser, and a corner both kiss to make me forget that he's gone. Oh, we should be drinking alone.
So as you review this, I'm going to back that section up one more time within her belting. And I want you to really focus on how she connects all of her phrases together to keep this momentum. A lot of times as you're listening to pop singers, they tend, and I know that she's country pop, but they tend to take breaths more often. And the only problem with taking breath more often is that it creates a slight divot in the momentum of a song. So by keeping it moving and not breathing as much, then this is allowing the momentum to go. And I'm going to rewind it, and I want you to watch how there were plenty of chances where she could have taken a breath, but she's not, because it's keeping that momentum forward. It's also possible because of her style of singing. Her style is stretched and pinged, and it's allowing the less amount of air, whereas if she was hitting this with a falsetto that's more airy, we should be drinking alone, and keeping that airy tone, she would have to take more breath because there's too much space between those vocal cords and more air is escaping. But I want to rewind it and look at how little she actually takes a breath.
The stranger, lips with a whiskey chaser, and a corner both kiss to make me forget that he's gone. Oh, we should be drinking alone.
There you go.
I'll pretend that I care, baby. Pull up a chair, we'll stay here till they make us go home.
Okay, so we'll stay here till they make us go. We'll stay here till they make. She threw in a little pop of air because she's about to hit that home and do all this crazy stuff. You can tell that she's about to. So she had to throw in that pop of air to support all the stuff that she's about to do right now.
We should be drinking alone. Tonight all I need is a stranger, lips with a whiskey chaser, and a corner both kiss to make me forget that he's gone. Oh, we should be drinking alone.
So within that whole section, I would say that stylistically, she is pushing a little bit, or technique-wise, she's pushing too much, just a little bit. Oh, we should be, it's got a little bit of extra grit behind it and push. The problem with this as a viewer who's trying to learn how to sing is most likely that when you go to approach this tone, you're going to approach it the same way that you're hearing her approach it. There's no way that she would still have a voice after this many years if she's always singing it that way. She most likely, I would like bet money on it, that she practices this song and practices style and technique much lighter and easier with not so much weight behind it. And then when she's performing, you kind of like throw stuff out the window and you just let rip. And that's really what she's doing here. Otherwise, there's no way her voice would have made it throughout these years. So as you're reaching and trying to approach the same sound, I don't want you to approach it kind of like how she just did, because you're going to approach it unsupported with more of a yelling tone. The easiest way to do this to make sure that you're still getting the support is make sure that when you sing it at a low volume, but still trying to create that same sound of the belt. We should be drink, not we should be drink, which is like, oh, we should be drink. We should be drink, making sure that you're able to control that volume before you go and do the kick that she does, before you do the heavier tone and pushed feeling. Otherwise, you could really cause some damage to your vocal cords if you try to sing it exactly how she just did.
We should be drinking alone.
Go ahead and click here for my cheat sheet on how to sound like Carrie Underwood. Click here for all my other vocal coach reaction videos. And if you're a singer and you want to join us and learn how to sing better, then come hang out with me in my Facebook group. The link is down below, and I will see you in the next song. La, la, la.